Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are fine. Welcome back to my channel Drawing Time with Story. If you are new in my channel, I will introduce myself and my channel with you. I am Suraya Parveen and in my channel I select an object or theme to draw, and while drawing I promise you will not get bored because I will gossip with you, I will talk with you, I will introduce the theme with you, or just simply deliver some information about that object or the theme. As you saw, today I am gonna show you how to draw beautiful aurora night sky. It's so beautiful to look at. If you want to see the videos of aurora, I must say that you will love them so much. And today it was an experimental that if I can draw the night sky aurora, and I have planned that I will draw more night sky auroras. So please subscribe my channel to stay connected with me, to stay connected with Drawing Time with Story. And now it's time to get know how the aurora makes the sky so beautiful. So let's get started. And one thing, I took the information from Wikipedia. An aurora in plural, it is called auroras or aurorae, sometimes referred to as polar lights, aurora polaris, northern lights, or southern lights, because it is seen actually in the southern and northern poles. An aurora is a natural light display in the Earth's sky, predominantly seen in high latitude regions around the Arctic and Antarctic region. Do you know that auroras are actually the result of disturbances in the magnetosphere caused by solar wind? These disturbances are sometimes strong enough to alter the transactions of charged particles in both solar wind and magnetospheric plasma. Then these particles, mainly electrons and protons, precipitate into the upper atmosphere. The upper atmosphere is called thermosphere, or you can say exosphere. The resulting ionization and excitation of atmospheric constituents emit light of varying color and complexity. The form of the aurora, occurring within bands around both polar regions, is also dependent on the amount of acceleration imparted to the precipitating particles. Precipitating protons generally produce optical emissions as incident hydrogen atoms after gaining electrons from the atmosphere. Proton auroras are usually observed at lower latitudes. And one more important thing, that is, most of the planets in our solar system, some natural satellites, brown dwarfs, and even comets also host auroras. And now we will know what the aurora name derived from, what the aurora means actually represent. So the word aurora is derived from the name of the Roman goddess of the dawn, Aurora, who traveled from east to west announcing the coming of the sun. Ancient Greek poets used the name metaphorically to refer to dawn, often mentioning its play of colors across the otherwise dark sky. According to Clark, there are four main forms that can be seen from the ground, from least to most visible. A mild glow near the horizon. This can be close to the limit of visibility, but can be distinguished from moonlit clouds because stars can be seen undiminished through the glow. Patches or surfaces that look like clouds are arcs curve across the sky. Rays are light and dark stripes across arcs, reaching upwards by various amounts. And now we will do the colors and wavelengths of auroral light. Number 1 is obviously the vibrant red color. At its highest altitudes, excited atomic oxygen emits at 630 nanometer red. Low concentration of atoms and lower sensitivity of eyes at this wavelength make this color visible only under more intense solar activity. The lower number of oxygen atoms and their gradually diminishing concentration is responsible for the faint appearance of the top parts of the curtains. Scarlet, crimson, and carmine are the most often seen hues of red for the auroras. And in my oil pastel color, I am also learning the different shades, the different hues of the red color. And now, as you heard that there are 3 hues of red color, that is scarlet, crimson, carmine, vermilion, and I think that I have many things to learn about colors yet. Number 2 color is green. At lower altitudes, the more frequent collisions suppress the 630 nanometer red mode. Rather, the 557.7 nanometer emission, that is the expression of green colors. A fairly high concentration of atomic oxygen and higher eye sensitivity in green makes green auroras the most common. The excited molecular nitrogen plays a role here, as it can transfer energy by collision to an oxygen atom, which then radiates its away at the green wavelength. There is always a combination of colors, and this happens in aurora colors too. Red and green can also mix together to produce pink or yellow hues. The rapid decrease of concentration of atomic oxygen below about 100 km is responsible for the abrupt looking end of the lower edges of the curtains. Both the 587.7 and 630 nanometer wavelengths correspond to forbidden transitions of atomic oxygen, a slow mechanism responsible for the graduality of flaring and fading. And now, number 3 color is the elegant, the royal blue color. At yet lower altitudes, atomic oxygen is uncommon, and molecular nitrogen and ionized molecular nitrogen take over in producing visible light emission, radiating at a large number of wavelengths in both red and blue parts of the spectrum, with 4 to 8 nanometer being dominant. Blue and purple emissions, typically at the lower edges of the curtains, shows up at the highest levels of solar activity. The molecular nitrogen transitions are much faster than the atomic oxygen ones. And then the ultraviolet. Ultraviolet radiation from auroras has been observed with the requisite equipment. Ultraviolet auroras have also been seen on Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The other 2 colors is yellow and pink. And whenever I talk about the yellow colors, I always remember my daughter because it's her favorite color. Yellow t-shirt, yellow pant, yellow dresses, yellow party dresses, and now I realize she is as glowing as the aurora. Yellow and pink are a mix of red and green or blue. Other shades of red as well as orange may be seen on rare occasions. Yellow-green is moderately common, as red, green, and blue are primary colors of additive synthesis of colors. I was so amazed to learn about that Auroras change with time. Over the night, they begin with glows and progress towards coronas. Although they may not reach them, they tend to fade in the opposite order. At shorter time scales, auroras can change their appearance and intensity, sometimes so slowly as to be difficult to notice, and at other times rapidly down to the sub-second scale, and it happens typically with periods of 2 to 20 seconds. This type of aurora is generally accompanied by decreasing peak emission heights of about 8 km for blue and green emissions and above average solar wind speeds. And I will tell you now an amazing information about aurora. Aurora has noise. Aurora noise, similar to a hissing or crackling noise, begins above 70 meters, that is about 230 feet above the Earth's surface, and is caused by charged particles in an inversion layer of the atmosphere formed during a cold night. The charged particles discharge when particles from the sun hit the inversion layer, creating the noise. Aurora is caused by the interaction of the solar wind with Earth. The Earth is constantly immersed in the solar wind, a rarefied flow of magnetized hot plasma emitted by the sun in all directions, a result of the 2 million degree temperature of the sun's outermost layer, the corona. The quickest solar wind reaches Earth with a velocity typically around 400 km per second, a density of around 5 ions per centimeter cube, and a very powerful magnetic field intensity of around 2 to 5 nt. And there are some mythology about the aurora. The history of China has rich and possibly the oldest records of the aurora borealis. On an autumn around 2000 BC, according to a legend, a young woman named Fubao was sitting alone in the wilderness by a bay, when suddenly a magical band of light appeared like moving clouds and flowing water, turning into a bright halo around the big tipper, which cascaded a pale silver brilliance, illuminating the earth and making shapes and shadows seem alive. Moved by this sight, Fubao became pregnant and gave birth to a son who became the emperor, and known legendarily as the initiator of Chinese culture and the ancestor of all Chinese people. I hope you enjoyed my video. I tried my best to draw a best aurora for you and the information related to the aurora. If you have any suggestions or comments, please let me know in my comment section. If you have any kind of opinion about me or about my channel, about my drawing, please let me know in my comment section. I usually read all the comments and try to reply your comments as early as possible. If you are new in my channel, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please press the bell icon to get notified whenever I release a brand new video just for you. The pandemic situation is not good the worldwide, so please stay safe, stay home, stay careful. Please take care of yourself and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye. Thank you for watching.